Again, just to the question I asked about Trudeau, I'm going to ask the same about Poilievre. Like, who's paying him to do that? That's not, I mean, no one's benefiting. Maybe people from Bangladesh are benefiting. Yeah. Okay, I'm not against them, by the way. I understand. I'd move to Canada too if I lived in Bangladesh. But no one in Canada is benefiting from this. So why would Poilievre and Trudeau be embracing the same policy that everyone hates and is destroying Canada?
Yeah, you have a point there. 70% of the population in Canada, the last survey, are saying no to mass immigration. We must end mass immigration. So your question is, if these politicians want to be elected, how come they are not listening to the population?
Exactly.
Because there's 343 ridings in Canada, and that's a parliamentary system. So they're looking at different ridings, and they want to have support in different ridings to be able to have a majority. But in a lot of ridings, there's a majority of foreigners or immigrants, and they want to have their support. But the new immigrants, so they are asking for having their family here in Canada with them. When I'm speaking about family, it's not the immediate family, a mother, a father, and children. No, it is, your uncle, your grandmom, granddad, brothers, sisters, so the entire family, and they want them here in Canada. So they're saying, okay, reunification of family will do that for you. You'll be able to bring all your family here in Canada. So because of the electoral system, they're looking to win some ridings, to have a majority, and that's why they're not speaking for Canadians. They're speaking for different people in different ridings where they have a majority there.
How much support does Poilievre have?
Yeah, both of them are about tied in the polls right now, but I don't know what will happen.
Are there real differences between them?
On tariffs, no.
On immigration, no.
On immigration, no. On climate change, oh, that's a good one. Poilievre is supposed to be a conservative. It's supposed, our position, the People's Party, is to withdraw from the Paris Accord.
Of course.
Like Trump. But for Poilievre, the Conservatives and the Liberals, there's a climate emergency in Canada, and we must do everything.
Because it's too cold in Canada?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's too cold. Yeah,
it's still pretty cold in Canada.
Yeah, and a cold. So it is a little bit cold. But that being said, yeah, for Poilievre and Carney, they want to impose a carbon tax because Canadians don't want it. So they are listening a little bit to Canadians, but they want to impose more regulations on businesses. They want to impose other taxes to fight climate change and to be able to achieve the Paris Accord goal that we have. And at the same time, look at that. CO2 for them is a pollutant. CO2 is not good, and we need to capture the CO2. So they're giving billions of dollars to a new technology to capture CO2 and put the CO2 down in the ground. So it's so bad
it's
for
like
you.
A joke.
Yeah,
it's like a joke.
But, Tucker, there's one natural technology to capture CO2.
Yes, there is.
This is plants.
Trees,
plants. It is food for plants. We need more CO2. We don't need to capture CO2 and put that in the ground, but they will spend billion of dollars that we don't have.
It does seem like China controls your country. I'm just like...
But speaking about China, CSIS is our secret service, and they did an investigation, and they said, that's not me, they said it, that our election in 2019 and 2021, we had Chinese interference in our elections. The Chinese Communist Party was giving money to some candidates from Chinese origin. So it's happening in our country right now. But Poilievre is okay with that. And they said also there's MPs, members of parliament in the Conservative Party of Canada and in the Liberals Party of Canada who are not loyal to our country. They said it. And we want to know the names of these people, but Poilievre and Carney and Trudeau before that, they don't know. It's secret. We won't tell you who these people are. So we have members of parliament in the parliament in Canada where their first goal is to help their country of origin, China or India. So that is happening because of mass immigration. If you have all these people who are coming to our country, they're not part of this country. They're coming here only because of the economy. They want a better future economically. But, they don't share our values and their loyalty is with their country of origin.
Of course.